Plaintiff, Celeste Chambers, took the defendant and her husband in when they were homeless, and she claims as a result of their drug addiction, they lost custody of all 4 of their children. Celeste is suing because she claims the defendant assaulted her and damaged her car. Defendant Jessica Hercules insists she was attacked by Celeste and Celeste's 16-year-old daughter, and then Celeste damaged her clothing. Jessica's countersuing for the assault and the damaged property.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Yes, I know Jessica through a family friend. I had taken her and her husband in. They were homeless, living on the streets. Took them in, hoping that they would stay off the drugs, and the ultimate goal was to get their kids back.
What drugs were they on?
I don't know. I know I've heard meth. I'm not sure what else. Both of their kids are, all 4 of their kids taken away. They're already adopted, and I was hoping to try to help them build a relationship and eventually get their kids to want to see them. She repaid me by throwing her cell phone at my window, vehicle windshield. She got in a fight with her husband, threw it at the dashboard, cracked it.
She borrowed it, or?
She was borrowing my vehicle, yes.
And your phone?
No, her own phone.
Oh, okay.
I was sitting in the living room. One of their friends, who is also a roommate, was a roommate of ours, heard them outside fighting. He hollered at me, asked me what they were fighting about, and then heard the shatter from the glass. I went out there, confronted Jessica. She told me that a rock had originally hit it. She has lied off and on.
Okay, let me get
It
some
didn't happen
background
in front of her house either,
hear
sir.
from you, ma'am. What do you want
It
to
did
tell
not
me?
happen in front of her house.
All right, tell me.
I was at Octafarm Plasma donating.
Selling your blood.
Donating plasma.
Did they pay you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it wasn't donated. You selling your blood.
Probably for drugs.
Well, go
Okay.
ahead. What else you want me to
She
know
tore the crotch
other than
out
you
of
were
all of
selling
my
your
clothes.
blood, which is typical of dope fiends? Go ahead.
That's not what it went for.
Okay,
though.
I'm just telling
It
you.
went
She
straight to
says
her.
you were. She says your 4 kids were taken from you
Absolutely.
because you were dope fiends. And then you tell me that you were doing what a lot of dope fiends do, selling your blood. Go ahead.
When all my cards were in her possession, along with my work
All
card.
your cars?
All of my cards. My husband's bank card that he gets SSI from. Okay, because he's got a medical condition.
That they
She
had
still
asked
has them. Sent a message to my husband's best friend
Where are
saying
your kids? What happened to your kids?
they're in state
Hello?
care. They're in
Huh?
state care.
Why?
My stupid stuff that I did that I admit
Continue
to.
to.
What? What did you do to cause all of your children to be taken?
Smoking weed like something she does.
Weed? They take your kids for weed?
She does it too.
They take your kids for weed?
Yes, I do.
That's what they took your kids for? For smoking weed?
That's what they did at first, yes.
Absolutely
All
not.
right, how about at last?
That's when I started picking up the dope stuff and
What dope stuff? I don't know what that means. What type of dope caused you to have
Meth.
your children taken?
Meth.
Crystal meth. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, what else do you want to tell me?
I lost all my clothes and lost all my cards due to her.
Where'd they
And
go?
pain and suffering for her and her
Where
daughter, her
where
16-year-old
did
daughter
your clothes
jumping.
and your cards go?
So it's okay for her and her 16-year-old daughter to jump me in her house in front of all the
Where did your
kids.
clothes and your cards
In her
go?
possession.
Okay, did she take them?
She still has them.
Have you been to jail before?
No.
Okay, well, yeah. When you go before the judge because of your crystal meth problem, don't talk like that, okay? He'll throw you in jail immediately because you're acting. Are you on dope right now?
No.
Because you don't talk to a judge like that. I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you don't talk to me like that. You're in the wrong place with the wrong judge.
And that's what she tried with me.
Pardon?
That's what she tried with me after taking her
That's
in.
what she does with you, and I'm not her.
No, this is why we're where we're at.
Tell
because I
me
took
about
her
it.
in.
Go ahead. Tell me what happened.
Like I said, she had threw her cell phone at the window, at the dash. It missed the dash, cracked the windshield. I have pictures of all the damage.
Let's see
I have
it.
an estimate of the cost that it is to repair my window.
Tell me about the assault.
I had came back inside. I went to my room. I was crying, stressed out, still trying to help them. She's sitting out in the living room on the couch, bad-mouthing me, talking all kinds of stuff to my kids. I don't know exactly what all was said. I did hear my name, and I did hear my son and her get into it. I came out of my room. I asked her what was wrong. She stood up to me, pushed her belly out, and bumped me. All of my kids are in the living room in front of, see everything happen. I let the first one go. She did it again. It knocked me onto the couch with her on top of me. I slid out from underneath her, ended up grabbing her head, pulling her to the ground. That's when my 16-year-old came running down the hall. She did try to jump in. She ended up hitting one of the men that was trying to pull us apart. They got us separated. She went outside. She called the cops. And I have pictures of her admitting to her friend that she didn't mean to break the windshield, but that she did. And then I also have pictures of her clothes still sitting in my house, hanging up in the closet.
How did the fight end?
Their friend, which was a roommate, and one of my other kids pulled us apart.
My husband did, actually.
No, he sat there and watched.
No.
Give me your version of the phone again, hitting the windshield and the fight.
Okay, the phone did hit the windshield.
Did you throw it?
I accidentally tossed it, yes, towards the
Do
windshield.
you think you should pay for it?
I actually told her that I would pay for it until she kept all my cards and...
What about these cards?
When she moved in, they had asked me to hold every single one of their cards, obviously assuming they knew they were going to buy drugs with it.
I canceled them all out the day of
like I said, the ultimate goal was for them to save up, move out on their own, live by themselves, and eventually get a relationship with their kids.
So what happened to their cards?
I have them still.
Why?
And she sent all my numbers to a friend.
They're not your babies. Give them their cards and throw them out.
Yeah. I was waiting
actually
until all of this is done.
I don't
She's coming
need
here
them
making
now.
you sound like a thief. That's the thanks you get for trying to help someone. Move them into your house and say you're going to hold their money to keep them from smoking it up. And they say she's a thief. I should call the police.
I mean, it's okay that she has them now because I've already canceled them out. Got new ones. So.
You just wanted me to know that she was a card thief.
But I have evidence of that she pulled me to the floor. Actually, I bent down to grab my purse from off the floor, and that's when she knocked me to the floor, and her daughter proceeded to grab me by the hair of my head and punch me in the back of my head with her 16-year-old daughter back there with her.
How did your purse get on the floor again?
I was sitting there by the side of the couch. Whenever I had gotten up off the couch, she was in the kitchen. She came from the kitchen and graced the side of me, knocked me to the floor. I was already on the floor when she had pulled me by the hair of my head.
Picking up
and
your
her
purse.
16-year-old daughter was punching me in the back of my head.
You were bent down picking up your purse when she came by.
So I could go outside, so I didn't have to worry about looking at her. Yeah.
No confrontation already had occurred between you and her son?
No.
Why do you think she did that?
And that's why
Why do you think she would do that? There was no confrontation going on. All right, your counterclaim is for what? $800 for assault and property damage. How does she owe you?
I mean, she ripped all the crotches out of my clothes that she did have.
All right.
And set them in front of a basketball hoop that my roommate went up and got.
Okay.
And threatening and harassing text messages even after I left her house, telling me that she's going to beat my again when I came down here in Chicago. Yeah, all that. So.
Well, you're not out of the woods yet. When y'all leave?
Tonight. I leave tonight because I want to get back to my kids.
Tell me about
I don't leave tonight. I'm
Tell
staying.
me about her property, ma'am.
I have pictures of her clothes.
She can leave.
I did fill up right after the fight when she had went outside.
You took her things?
As much as I could in one trash
all my
bag.
clothes.
Set them out at the basketball goal.
You still have all my
The
clothes.
person that she
How
is
long
living
after
with.
setting them out did you let her know?
Never did.
Yes. The
Never
lady
did.
immediately came and got them.
No, you didn't.
That is who she's living with now.
And you never saw him after that?
Not that bag, but I do have pictures of her clothes, the rest of her clothes still sitting in my house and hanging up.
Did you tell her you had these clothes?
I have not spoke to her at all.
All right. And with regard to the assault, you've explained your version, and I believe your version.
I do have witness statements,
and I
too.
believe your version. Let me have your witness statements, but I believe it primarily because of the temperament I see here today. She was confrontational with me. She was disrespectful and contemptuous toward a judge. And you've been very dignified and respectful in your presentation. So I would conclude that instead of you just attacking her for no reason, you gave a reason as to why she attacked you.
Yes.
You talked about the confrontation that was going on. All right, so I'll grant your judgment and dismiss yours. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
They just wanted money to get more
She's
drugs.
got all my cards.
Continue to lie.
She is a
Everyone
liar
knows
and
how much
money
of a liar
hungry,
she is.
and she used my cards, and I will be suing her in court, excuse my language, because she owes me money.